Semiconductors, semester 2, paper 1, right? So I guess we have started with this, and I have told you the brief history of semiconductors, in which we have started what are semiconductors and all. Today we are going to again repeat the same. We are trying to teach you on the board, right? So what is a semiconductor? A material which lies between conductor and insulator is called as a semiconductor. Means the material which is having an electrical property is lying in between the insulators and conductors are called as the semiconductors, right? So we'll study in depth one by one. The another definition of a semiconductor is at a certain temperature it behaves as an insulator, and at room temperature it behaves as a conductor, and therefore it is called as a semiconductor. Sometimes it behaves as a conductor, and at other times it will behave as an insulator, right? So let us start. So this is a conductor, and this is written over here is insulator. So let us start with that. We have started with this as in the terms of resistivity. I guess it is visible. If it is not, then please let me know. I have written it here resistivity, right? So if it is in terms of resistivity, and I call this as a conductor, I will write a little resistivity, right? So in terms of resistance. So when I talk in terms of a resistance, then a conductor possesses a very low resistance, right? So that is why it is a conductor, because it conducts heat and electricity. So the resistance of a conductor is very low, and in terms of say resistance, we can write it as 0 ohm, right? So the resistivity of a conductor is 0 ohm. Similarly, the resistance of the inductor. So the resistance of an inductor is very high, and we write it as infinity. So I'm writing it as infinity. It is very high. So yeah, I guess it is visible. I have written here infinity. So the resistance of a conductor is 0. The resistance of insulator is infinity. Therefore, no current flows through the insulator, right? And in semiconductor, it is slightly greater than conductor, and it is less than the insulator. Sorry, it is less than the insulator. Therefore, it is called as the semiconductor, right? So semiconductor lies between the conductor and the insulator. Again, if I need to write on that in the other parameter, I'm telling you this because you need to write the definition of a conductor, a semiconductor. Sorry. So a conductor, the resistance of the conductor is 0. The resistance of insulator is infinite, right? And the semiconductor, the resistance is greater than the conductor and smaller than the insulator. Okay. So in opposite terms, if you call it as a conductance, right? So conductivity, conductance, CONDUCTANCE, right? So in terms of conductance, if you want to measure what is the conductivity of a conductor, so conductance is the reciprocal of resistance. We sometimes write like this 1 by R. So reciprocal of resistance is called as conductance. So if you take 1 by 0, so the conductivity of a conductor is infinite. The conductivity of a conductor is infinite. Are you getting this? So it is infinite. Okay. So in terms of wait 1 moment. So in terms of conductor, the conductance is infinite because we have taken 1 by R, means 1 by 0. 1 divided by 0, and 1 divided by 0 is infinity. Okay. So in terms of say conductance, what would be the conductivity of an insulator? So if you take the reciprocal of this infinity, so 1 by infinity will give you 0. So this is the conductivity of the insulator is 0, right? Now what would be the conductivity of a semiconductor. And when I say this semiconductor, it again means that it should be lower than the conductivity of the conductor and higher than the conductivity of insulator. Okay, so there in between it lies the semiconductor. I guess it is understood. I have told you the definition of a conductor and I have told you the definition of an insulator. Conductor means which does not conduct heat and electricity is called as conductor. Conductor means which conducts heat and electricity is called as a conductor. Which does not conduct heat and electricity is called as an insulator. And the semiconductor at absolute zero degree temperature, it behaves as an insulator, and at room temperature it will behave as a conductor. Therefore, it is called as a semiconductor. Now, if in terms of conductance, I need to measure, define conductor, insulator, and semiconductor, then we can say that the resistance of a conductor is 0 ohm, nearly very small, and the resistance of an insulator is very high, that is infinite, because it does not conduct. And the semiconductor, the resistance is greater than the conductor but smaller than the insulator, right? Therefore, it is called as a semiconductor, which lies between the insulator and conductor. Similarly, in terms of conductance, when we talk in terms of conductance, we call it as the conductance of a conductor is infinite, it is very, very high, right? So it conducts, therefore it is called as the conductor. And similarly, when we talk in terms of insulator, then the conductance of insulator is 0. It does not conduct, right? So the conductivity is 0. Semiconductor, it is slightly greater than the conductance of a semiconductor is greater than the conductor but less than the insulator, right? So it conducts, but at certain room temperatures. Okay, so these are the basic definitions of say differences between the conductor, insulator, and semiconductor. Can you give some examples of conductors? Conductor के कुछ examples कोई बता सकता है? Yes. Are you there? Can somebody tell me what would be the examples of conductor, insulator, and semiconductors? Semiconductors I will tell you in depth. So can somebody tell me the examples of conductors? Conductors कौन से materials होते हैं? Copper, silver, gold, जितने भी metals है, they all are good conductors, right? So they are called as conductors. What are the examples of insulators? I guess you are. हाँ बोलिए, insulator के examples?
Rubber,
plastic, rubber, wood, जितने भी non-conductors है, they all come under this head of insulator, right? And what about semiconductors? Semiconductors में कौन आते हैं? Semiconductors में आते हैं हमारे silicon, germanium, group 4 elements. I will tell you this in depth, right? So it is the semiconductor. Okay, I guess it is you have understood this all definitions, right? Now there is one more which we call it as in terms of a band energy gap, right? So band energy gap के लिए हमारे पास एक ग्राफ, let us see. So सबसे पहले तो हमको वो ग्राफ समझना पड़ेगा. What is that graph? So I will tell you that graph. If I am taking this as the energy level, this is energy level, right? So I am taking this as E. Is it visible? दिख रहा है क्या आपको? ये दिख रहा है. मैंने एक दो लाइन ड्रॉ की है, एक्स एक्सिस और वाई एक्सिस मैंने ड्रॉ किया है, और एक इस पर एक्स एक्सिस पर वाई एक्सिस पर लिखा है एनर्जी. सो एनर्जी इज इंक्रीजिंग ऑन दिस साइड. ओके, तो यहां पर मैं एनर्जी के दो बैंड्स बनाता हूं. व्हाट आर दोज बैंड्स? हमारे पास दो बैंड्स है. वन वी कॉल इट एज द कंडक्शन बैंड. ठीक है, इसको हम लोग क्या बोलेंगे? कंडक्शन बैंड. थोड़ा सा ऊपर होता है ये. कंडक्शन बैंड क्या होता है ये मैं बताता हूं. फिर उसके बाद एक और बैंड है जिसको हम लोग बोलते हैं वैलेंस बैंड, राइट? हम लोग बोल रहे हैं वैलेंस बैंड, VB और CB. दिस इज कंडक्शन बैंड एंड दिस इज वैलेंस बैंड. इज इट ओके? दिख रहा है क्या ये? तो ये दो बैंड है एनर्जी के. नाउ व्हाट आर दिस? दीज आर द इलेक्ट्रॉन्स विच आर कंप्लीटली फिल्ड इन द ऑर्बिट. वो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स की एनर्जी जो हमारे ऑर्बिट में कंप्लीटली फिल है, एटम के इसमें बोल रहा हूं. तो इफ इट इज एन एटम, ऐसा अगर हम लोग एक एटम देते तो यहाँ पे अपना पॉजिटिव न्यूक्लियस आता है, पहला ऑर्बिट आता है जिसमें 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स रहते हैं, फिर दूसरा ऑर्बिट आता है जिसमें कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन्स होते हैं? 8, 2, 2, 4 और ये 8. तो ये कंप्लीटली फिल्ड है. और उसके बाद एक आता है जो जिसमें कम इलेक्ट्रॉन्स होते हैं, तो 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है मान के चलो, राइट. तो ये जो कंप्लीटली फिल्ड इलेक्ट्रॉन है एटम में, दिस इज कॉल्ड एज द वैलेंस बैंड एनर्जी. इन इलेक्ट्रॉन्स की एनर्जी को हम लोग बोलते हैं वैलेंस बैंड एनर्जी, right? The energy possessed by the electrons of the completely filled orbit, right? That is called as the valence band energy. तो वो एनर्जी हमने यहाँ ड्रॉ की है, ये एनर्जी. अब यहाँ से ये इलेक्ट्रॉन यहाँ पर, जहां पर ऑर्बिट ही नहीं है, वहां जंप करते हैं और वो जाते हैं कंडक्शन बैंड में. तो हम लोग उन इलेक्ट्रॉन्स की एनर्जी को बोलते हैं कंडक्शन बैंड एनर्जी. Right, so we are having these two bands. One is conduction band and the other one is called as the valence band. और इन दोनों के बीच में जो गैप है यहां से यहां तक के, इसको हम लोग बोलते हैं बैंड एनर्जी गैप. BAND दिख नहीं रहा होगा, प्लीज थोड़ा सा सुनिए. बैंड एनर्जी गैप, ठीक है. तो ये दोनों के बीच का जो मैं लिख रहा हूं दैट इज एनर्जी गैप, या हम लोग इसको कभी कभी कहते हैं फॉरबिडन एनर्जी गैप. यानी ये दो इलेक्ट्रॉन जो है, वैलेंस बैंड का इलेक्ट्रॉन और कंडक्शन बैंड के इलेक्ट्रॉन में जो एनर्जी का डिफरेंस है, जो गैप है, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द बैंड एनर्जी गैप. ये समझा क्या? बैंड थ्योरी समझ में आई? क्या क्या ड्रॉ किया है मैंने? हैव यू अंडरस्टूड? Anybody can reply? We are having 7 students in the class. So anybody can unmute and let me know. Hello? Am I audible?
Yes sir.
हाँ बताइए, ये समझ में आया? कोई प्रॉब्लम है? कंडक्शन बैंड समझ में आया? वैलेंस बैंड समझ में आया? फॉरबिडन एनर्जी गैप या बैंड एनर्जी गैप समझ में आया? आप थोड़ा सा लिखने की भी कोशिश कीजिए. ये ग्राफ मैंने बनाया है, ये y एक्सिस, ये x एक्सिस, और ये वाले y एक्सिस पर हम लोगों ने एनर्जी का लेवल लिया है. कंडक्शन बैंड की एनर्जी ज्यादा, वैलेंस बैंड की एनर्जी कम. वैलेंस बैंड में ऑर्बिट में कंप्लीटली जो फिल होते हैं उन इलेक्ट्रॉन की एनर्जी, बराबर है. और कंडक्शन बैंड में क्या है, जो इलेक्ट्रॉन ये ऑर्बिट से जंप करके जो अनफिल्ड ऑर्बिट है वहां जाते हैं और वो कंडक्शन में पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं, उस एनर्जी का डिफरेंस. यहाँ पे लगने वाली एनर्जी कम रहेगी और यहाँ पर जो रहेगी वो ज्यादा रहेगी, ठीक. इसलिए मैंने यहाँ कंडक्शन बैंड की एनर्जी ऊपर लिखी है और वैलेंस बैंड की एनर्जी नीचे रखी है. और ये दोनों बीच की एनर्जी का गैप जो होता है दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द फॉरबिडन एनर्जी गैप. ना ये एक ग्राफ है ना, इसके हिसाब से हम लोग कंडक्टर और इंसुलेटर के बीच में क्या होता है कि ये कंडक्टर बन जाता है और वो इंसुलेटर बन जाता है, ये समझने की कोशिश करते हैं, राइट. सो जब मैं ये कह रहा हूं कि यहाँ पर 2 वैलेंस बैंड और कंडक्शन बैंड होते हैं, तो कंडक्टर की जो सिचुएशन होती है वो हम लोग ग्राफिकली ड्रॉ करने की कोशिश करते हैं. अगेन आई विल टेक ई एनर्जी, ठीक है, एंड द एनर्जी ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन. तो इन कंडक्टर द वैलेंस बैंड एंड द कंडक्शन बैंड ओवरलैप ईच अदर. अगर हम लोग उस पर ऐसे देखें तो ये कंडक्शन बैंड और वैलेंस बैंड, दिस इज वैलेंस बैंड जो इधर ड्रॉ किया है नीचे, ये दिस वन इज वैलेंस बैंड and this one is the conduction band. I guess it is visible to you, and if you are able to see this, is it visible? So if you are able to see, conduction band and valence band they overlap each other. मतलब ये दोनों energy gap जो है, energy जो है ये overlap करती है. There is no energy gap between conduction band and valence band. There are at room temperature or at very say simple logic, there are more free electrons for conduction, and therefore this material behaves as a conductor. Please remember this. Conduction band and valence band overlap each other, and therefore there are free electrons for conduction, and therefore these types of materials behave as a conductor. Right? Now, similarly, if we go towards the insulator, and if you try to see what is the relation between the conduction band and say the valence band. So I will again draw the same type of graph, and I'm taking energy E on y-axis, and if we draw that, then we are able to see that the gap, the energy gap between the valence band and the conduction band is very very high. ये जो एनर्जी गैप होता है इन दोनों के बीच का, ये बहुत हाई होता है, बहुत बड़ा होता है. ये एनर्जी गैप क्यों होता है? ये एनर्जी गैप इसलिए होता है, ये मैं किसका बता रहा हूं, मैं इंसुलेटर का बता रहा हूं. सो द एनर्जी गैप बिटवीन वैलेंस बैंड एंड कंडक्शन बैंड ऑफ एन इंसुलेटर इज वेरी हाई. क्यों होता है ये? बिकॉज द इलेक्ट्रॉन, the last orbit of the valence band is completely filled, so there are no free electrons in the valence band itself. So ये हो गया. And in conduction band, the orbits where we are trying to have those orbits, there are no electrons. Mean the electrons, the last orbit is empty, right? So there are no electrons. तो ये वैलेंस बैंड में जो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है they are completely filled, means they are bound to the nucleus. सो वो निकल ही नहीं पाते. ये हो गया कंप्लीटली फिल्ड. और ये जो कंडक्शन बैंड है ये कंप्लीटली एम्प्टी, राइट? ये एम्प्टी होने की वजह से क्या हो गया कि इन दोनों के बीच का एनर्जी गैप जो हो गया वो बहुत ज्यादा हो गया. और ये एनर्जी गैप बढ़ने की वजह से क्या होने वाला है? एनर्जी गैप बढ़ने की वजह से ये जो इलेक्ट्रॉन वैलेंस बैंड के है ये कंडक्शन बैंड में जंप ही नहीं कर पाएंगे, तो ये लोग कंडक्शन में पार्टिसिपेट नहीं कर पाएंगे. समझ में आ रहा है? So if they are not participating in conduction, then the insulator will not conduct heat and electricity. This is the main concept of say the insulator and conductor in concern with the conduction band or the energy level. Now come to the semiconductors. If you see the graph of a semiconductor, you are able to find that conduction band and valence band are very close to each other, and the forbidden energy gap or band energy gap between conduction band and valence band is very small, right? ये छोटा होने के वजह से क्या होता है कि रूम टेम्परेचर पर वैलेंस बैंड कंप्लीटली फिल्ड रहता है, ये कंडक्शन बैंड कंप्लीटली एम्प्टी रहता है. सो देयर आर नो फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन्स फॉर कंडक्शन एंड हेंस इट बिहेव्स एज एन इंसुलेटर, right? But at room temperature, remember my words, just listen it very carefully. But at room temperature, some due to thermal vibration, so at room temperature due to thermal vibration, temperature के वजह से कुछ vibrations उसमें होती है. टेम्परेचर बढ़ गया, एब्सोल्यूट जीरो डिग्री टेम्परेचर जहां पर आइस बनता है, राइट? रूम टेम्परेचर अराउंड 27 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड. तो टेम्परेचर बढ़ गया 0 डिग्री से 27 डिग्री तक के आ गया. ये टेम्परेचर बढ़ने के वजह से ड्यू टू थर्मल वाइब्रेशन, टेम्परेचर के वजह से इलेक्ट्रॉन्स में वाइब्रेशन होने के वजह से some electrons gain energy and they are able to jump in the conduction band, right? And when they are able to jump in the conduction band, there are free electrons for conduction, and the material or the semiconductor behaves as an conductor, right? And therefore it is called as a semiconductor. Again, I will tell you that the energy gap between the conduction and valence band of the semiconductor is very small. Therefore, at absolute zero temperature, there are no free electrons. They are bound to each other. So it behaves as an insulator, but at room temperature, due to thermal vibration, some electrons may gain the energy and jump into the conduction band, and it behaves as a conductor. Therefore, it is called as a semiconductor. I guess you have understood this band theory. Have you understood? Yeah. Do you have any problem in this? Hello? Anybody can unmute and let me know. So I guess you have understood what is this conduction. What is this conduction? Have you understood? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. नहीं रहा है. आपको समझ में आया? कोई प्रॉब्लम है? बताइए मुझे. ये पूरा जितना भी बोर्ड पे लिखा हुआ है ये समझ में आया? Is it okay? So I guess you are having a material of around 2 to 3 pages. Are you able to write 2 or 3 pages on this, whatever written on this board? Hello? क्या आप ये पूरा का पूरा 2 या 3 पेजेस में लिख सकते हो? हाँ या नहीं? Say yes or no. सोचकर बताइए. Hello? I guess you are able to write. Okay. Yes. Good, Chandan. Thank you. So that is what I want, because I will be giving you notes, no doubt about it. But still, I expect from your side when I teach that you should be able to write on that. When I say this, if are you able to write, then it indirectly say tempts your mind that, and say you start thinking on that whether I'm able to write on that or not. And when you think in that direction, your mind starts working, right? When I say you are okay, I've completed this and let it be, we'll start from next class. So your mind will not start thinking. The main thing I always try to speak is, I'm not here to teach you. I am here to make you think, right? We are science students. So the main quality or a main characteristics of a science student is to think, right? And as I am teaching over here, you are able to think. So when I say a conductor, you are able to think that conductors are materials, right? Copper, iron, all types of metals are conductor, right? So you are able to think, you are able to visualize those things. Insulator, when I say insulator, you are able to visualize it is a wood, rubber, plastic which does not conduct heat and electricity, right? When I say a semiconductor, you think of a material which behaves as a conductor at room temperature, and which behaves as an insulator at absolute zero temperature. The characteristics of, say, the semiconductor, I have drawn this on board. Resistivity of a conductor is zero. Resistivity of an insulator is infinite. The resistivity of a semiconductor is greater than a conductor and less than insulator. In terms of conductivity, the conductivity of a conductor is infinite, insulator it is zero, and the semiconductor it is greater than the conductor but less than the insulator. In terms of band theory, when I say about band theory, we have two energy levels: valence band electrons energy and conduction band electrons energy, right? So I have drawn this in two blocks, valence band and conduction band, and in between that there is a forbidden energy gap, or sometimes we say it as a energy gap, right? In conductor, we are able to see that both the valence band and conduction band overlap each other, right? They overlap each other, and therefore there are many free electrons for conduction, and hence it behaves as a conductor. Whereas in insulator, the forbidden energy gap between the valence band and the conduction band is very high, and the valence band is completely filled and conduction band is completely empty. So there are no free electrons for conduction. Hence it behaves as an insulator. Whatever I am telling you, you should be able to write. And in terms of semiconductors, we are able to see that valence band and conduction band, the energy gap between both is very small, and at room temperature, valence band is completely filled and conduction band is completely empty. Therefore, there are no electrons and it behaves as an insulator. But at room temperature, due to thermal vibration, some of the electrons gain energy and they are able to jump into conduction band. And as soon as they jump into the conduction band, the material starts behaving as a conductor. So therefore, it is called as a semiconductor. At some moment, it behaves as an insulator, and at some temperature, it behaves as a conductor. Right? Therefore, it is called as a semiconductor. So semiconductor lies between conductor and insulator. I guess it is fine for today. So I'll be uploading this video on YouTube. Go through my YouTube channel. Thank you very much for joining. If you have any questions, please you can unmute yourself and ask. Do you have any questions? Yeah, we will try to I will try to solve your questions if you have. Okay, so if you don't have any questions, so we can end up the class over here. Thank you very much for joining. So please go through my YouTube channel, watch videos, like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye. Have a nice time. See you soon. Stay home, stay safe. Take care. Good day. Bye. Okay, just wait for it. Just wait for it.